What a night! What a night!
You could just feel it in your bones as a Lions fan. You know it's coming.
We were intentional on being about grit, all right, and earning it. I love everybody in here, man. We went through darkness and it shaped us, all right? It shaped us for this moment. I love y'all, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Powerful. True and powerful.
Okay, I'll just say it like this, all right? Hey, you're good enough for Detroit, Jay.
The goal this year for the Detroit Lions is simple: win the Super Bowl. And that's almost impossible to think based on where this organization was 3 short years ago. We've spent the entire offseason dissecting why the Lions didn't get to the big game. Well, today we're going to answer the ultimate question. Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Johnny Gaz. Thank you for returning for another video. Today we are going to return to our Why series, crack open a can of our best Honolulu Blue Kool-Aid, and explain why the Detroit Lions will win the Super Bowl. Let's go. Before we get all pie in the sky, make sure to like the video if you dig the vibe here at Johnny Gaz Sports. Hitting that subscription button and the notify bell is the best way to make sure you don't miss any future videos here on the channel. We have a membership option now available with a ton of fun exclusive content planned for the regular season. Thank you guys so much for the recent support. Let's dive into today's topic. For any organization, a winning culture starts at the top and works its way down. Principal owner Sheila Ford Hamp put together a hiring group in the front office that brought in general manager Brad Holmes and head coach Dan Campbell separately. But those two guys ultimately have shared a common vision and have changed this organization's culture from a losing one 3, 4, 5 years ago to a true winning culture in 2024 and beyond. They have established this program that is based around grit, one pride, connecting the city with the team. And it's formed a true magical connection between the players, the coaches, the city. The entire system now works hand in hand. It is an incredible feat for where it was to where it is today. Coaches, players all now want to be here because the Lions empower everyone within the organization and they reward people that have the work ethic, have the drive, and can show the results. They've handed out huge contracts this offseason to Jared Goff, Penei Sewell, Amon-Ra St. Brown, pillar players that you build on and push to the future with the organization. Offensive and defensive coordinators, Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson, have returned. Specific to Ben Johnson, who had a slew of head coaching opportunities this offseason, decided to stay with the Lions because he loved what this organization is doing and wanted to see it to fruition. Nothing says more about the continuity of this organization than those moves right there. And I believe this winning culture is one of the biggest reasons why the Lions will win a Super Bowl this year. And yes, it does start with a winning culture, but what the players put on the field is what will ultimately win you games, win you playoff games, get you to and win a Super Bowl. In looking at this Lions team, they truly have an elite offense led by offensive coordinator Ben Johnson and head coach Dan Campbell. Over the last several seasons, they've gotten better and better and have finally put themselves in what is a true elite status. In 2023, they were 3rd in total yards and yards per play, 5th in points per game, and 2nd in red zone TD percentage. They returned basically all of their starters outside of 2 players, wide receiver Josh Reynolds and guard Jonah Jackson. And they did a fantastic job of replacing the guard position with Pro Bowler and long-term veteran Kevin Zeitler from the Baltimore Ravens. They'll make up for the lost receptions with Josh Reynolds by supplementing with a lot of the young dynamic playmakers that they already have within the offense. Guys like Jamison Williams, who they're looking to have step up in year 3. Jahmyr Gibbs, who had a fantastic rookie campaign, who's looking to break out even more in 2024 and beyond. Sam Laporta, the tight end, an historic season for a rookie tight end last year, looking to build on that for the future. So many dynamic pieces on top of an elite offensive line, maybe the best in the NFL, perhaps the best running back duo in the NFL, and of course, the right guy at quarterback. Jared Goff went from a castaway with the LA Rams to having fans chant his name ceremoniously throughout the country. He had a fantastic 2023 and really has been very steady since joining the Lions. This marriage between the Lions and Jared Goff has worked out perfectly. The Lions understand that they have to insulate their quarterback the right way to make him as effective as possible. Having one of the best offensive lines in football and a slew of weapons to use truly makes Jared Goff one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. The Lions have true faith in this man, so much so that this offseason they signed him to a 4-year extension worth $212 million, making him one of the highest quarterbacks paid in the NFL. I believe that Jared Goff could even put himself in a position where he could compete for an MVP this year. If everything holds true, all the luck that I think they need to get themselves to a Super Bowl, that means that Jared Goff would have led the way. And I think he's now proven that he is one of the better quarterbacks in this league. I won't argue if he's elite or not. In my opinion, he's already there. But I think he proves that this year and will ultimately be one of the biggest reasons why the Lions will win a Super Bowl this year. There is no doubt that the Lions have an elite offense, but we know that the true struggle for this team the last several seasons has been on defense. For the second year in a row, they have revamped this secondary, adding several pieces in the draft as well as in free agency. Also adding key pieces up front, opposite of Aiden Hutchinson, hopefully to give him the help he needs to be that superstar that the Lions know that he can be. They're hoping for developing pieces in these second and third year players, guys like Brian Branch, Levi Onwuzurike, Jack Campbell, along with some of the defensive tackles, Aleem McNeil. They added Marcus Davenport on the other side. So you see that they have really revamped this defense again, and I believe this time have found the right pieces to make this truly work. Now, there are some injury concerns, guys with injury histories that the Lions love to take chances on, and they're going to have to hope that some of these guys stay healthy. But if they can stay on the other side of that, on the good side of that, I believe they've made the right moves to truly improve this defense in 2024 and beyond. And if that is the case, if they can even get themselves to at least a mediocre defense, top 15, I believe that will be enough for the Lions to win a Super Bowl. We talked about a winning culture and organization working from the top down. Well, part of building a team is finding the true leaders of those players. The Lions recently announced the captains for the 2024-25 season. I think it's a great jumping point for my last point and why the Lions will win a Super Bowl here this season. It's because they have the right players, the right people in place to make this thing happen. The captains for this year, Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell, the three guys that they handed mega contract deals to this offseason. They're guys that you work around, you build around. They're the hardest working guys in your locker room, and they've proven through their play, obviously on the field and what they do outside of the field, that they are guys you build on towards for the future. Aiden Hutchinson, another captain named this year for the first time. Talk about a guy with the ultimate motor. Of course, someone who you're going to want to look to add, an extension contract here down the road. I mean, that's almost not even a question. That's going to come. But the guy is a true motor for this team. He gets better and better each year. He comes back each year in almost better shape than he was the year before. Just a great shining example of a young player and a great captain for this team. Alex Anzalone, Jalen Reeves-Maybin, two linebackers who have been former captains. True heart of this organization. Alex Anzalone has seen the ups and downs. Just prior to coming here in 2021 and now obviously through the last several seasons, he has seen it all. He's a fantastic linebacker and will lead the charge for the Lions again as a captain in 2024. Jalen Reeves-Maybin, a special teams guru, along with a great depth piece and a guy that's been with the organizations on multiple stints. Again, another great example of a guy who wanted to come back, who wants to be a part of this winning culture, and again, is a great captain choice. All these guys are fantastic in motivating the people around them. Their work ethic spreads throughout the whole organization. Again, in working top down and thinking about, what the depth piece guys and the non-starters look to drive them in a season, in the offseason, and wherever be, it's these guys. And this is, to me, one of the bigger reasons why the Lions are prepared and ready to win a Super Bowl this year. They have the right people in the right place at the right time. And I truly believe that these pillar players will lead the charge this year and beyond. And of course, there's going to be outside factors that will play a part in this argument. Injuries, of course. It could be derailing if a guy like Jared Goff goes down, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Any of the pillar players we've mentioned here could derail what I'm arguing today. turnovers, making mistakes, penalties. If they can't be clean in their play, that can change everything here. And of course, a little bit of luck. What will the season look like? What teams will step up? What teams will fall back? What happens in the playoff race? Are there other injuries that affect everything that's going on here? Yes, of course, there'll be outside factors. But ultimately, I think I've made the argument today that the Lions can and will win a Super Bowl here in 2024. What do you guys think? Did I hit on everything today? Definitely comment down below. Do you think the Lions win the Super Bowl this year? Do they have all the pieces in place? Or what are they missing? Let me know. I'm very curious to find out. It's going to be a fantastic NFL season. Thank you guys so much for coming along for the ride on this video. Hit the like button there if you dug the vibe here at Johnny Gaz Sports or what we did here today. Hitting the subscription button and notify bell is the best way to make sure you don't miss any future videos on the channel. I'd love it if you consider subscribing to the channel, and even more if you'd consider becoming a member. We'll have exclusive content, even more and more of that as we get into the regular season. But more than anything else, I want to make sure you guys take care of yourself and your mental health. That is most important. I want to make sure you come back on future videos. Thank you guys so much for your time. Go Lions.